Yo, Walter, you know what I want?
What do you want, Omar?
I want a bigger deadlift, okay? This man's about to deadlift 800 pounds. I want the same thing. What's cracking, guys? Omar Yusuf here. Back with another video. We just got done hoisting, and wouldn't you know it, I hit 565. But I wasn't happy with the lift, and that is okay, because today we're talking about a great general tip, a quick tip on the deadlift, talking about the quads, the concept of the push in the deadlift. You've probably heard on the deadlift, pull, 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 and that makes a lot of sense. Posterior chain dominant, we got the glutes, we got the hamstrings, we got the lower back, we got the lats involved, and people set up. If we're part of the long femur nation, such as myself, so the thighs are a little bit long, the torso is a little bit shorter, what will tend to happen, we have the high hip height, right? So we're loading up the hamstrings. You've heard that cue, wedge yourself into the bar. So we're getting tight, lats in place, getting the grip, chest up. We've heard all these things, neutral back, all fantastic tips. And then you pull and you want to lift up, right? And then you lock out. Now here's one of the problems. You'll probably notice sometimes the hips rise, and there's a variety of different reasons. I've spoken before about the need for that anterior brace. So bracing right here, the 3D concept of breathing and bracing, very important. But often neglected, and only until I heard Richard Hawthorne, the great deadlifter, where he spoke about thinking of the deadlift as a push, did it click with me. And that is, if we look at the bottom portion of the deadlift, so right down here, what's going on? Well, knee flexion is at its highest, right? We're bending down. What's more involved at the start? Your quads. And if we think about it like this, so we're setting up, we're locking in, we're pushing the hips back, neutral spine, all those things we're already doing. At the start, the quads are at their most important. And if we think about the concept of kind of pushing through the floor, like the top half of a leg press, we'll make sure when we initiate the pull, that as we pick up the weight, that we're keeping the bar close to our body. We're pushing through the ground, chest up, rising like so. We don't want to squat the deadlift. That's not what I'm saying at all. And trust me, as someone that sits back deeper because we have that posterior chain action, we still want to keep that. But the cue that sometimes gets missed, and now that I'm rebuilding my deadlift, so I'm 8 weeks in, I had not deadlifted for a long period of time. I started at 455. Now we're at 565 for a top single. Some flaws reveal themselves, right, at heavier weights. And sometimes, not very commonly, on occasion, I'll have that happen. The hips will rise. And I'm getting so used to setting up, thinking wedging in, posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, and pushing with the heels, that you'll even notice on the deadlift sometimes the feet will lift up, will kind of rock back. So instead, let's think about this cue if we notice the hips are rising. Think you want to plant all the way down with the entirety of your foot. So the heel, the front, all the way down, push down through here, and it's okay. I think one of the tips that people tend to forget, Walter, they'll think, oh, set up for the deadlift, they'll hear vertical shins, and that's a great general cue, but it is okay if from here your knees, you have 2 to 3 degrees, it's slightly forward in order to get in a better position, wedging yourself into the bar, because from here, we're getting the quads, we're close to the bar still, so instead of sitting all the way back, we're extremely vertical. Down inside, we're now closer to the bar, lats are set, shoulders slightly over, and we can pull. So think about this cue if your hips rise. Plant down with your feet, all the way down, press down here with the heel, allow the knees to drift just 2 to 3 degrees. They're still basically vertical. And then as you push down in the weight, as you push down into the ground, you're pushing through the ground as you pick the bar up. All the rest of the cues stay the same. Hips, wedge, posterior chain, neutral back. But here we set up, pull ourselves into the bar, and then push down and lift up. And in that way, we'll have what's called a one-piece pickup. And you'll feel that. If we compare that 565 that wasn't that great to my 545, that was a one-piece pickup where the start was a lot easier because I set up correctly. And that is a tip right there. Think about on the deadlift, it's all about the pull. It's all about the pull. But we want to think about the push too. That's the push concept. And now I understand it. Shout out to Richard Hawthorne. A lot of other people have spoken about this, and this will probably help you guys out. Just a quick tip video as, Walter, what do we do now? Toning. We're doing some toning. We're right. And we're going to be deadlifting, PR soon. So if you like the video, make sure to like the damn video, and I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next one. Peace.